Good morning. My name is Sharon Taylor. I'm Director of Communications for County Executive Aisha Braveboy, Prince George's County. Welcome back live to Storm Winter. What is it?
Fern.
Winter Weather Storm Fern.
United Command Center.
Right.
Are we live now? Okay.
Good morning and welcome back to Winter Storm Fern United Command Center with County Executive Aisha Braveboy. My name is Sharon Taylor. I'm Director of Communications. We want to give you an update, our third update live from the United Command Center with County Executive Aisha Braveboy. County Executive Braveboy will be followed by DPW&T Director Mike Johnson, followed by Public Safety Deputy Chief Administrative Officer Mel Powell, and then our County Council Chair Crystal Oriada. County Executive.
Thank you so much and good morning. I am pleased to report that Winter Storm Fern has passed. And it is good to be with you for my third live update from our Unified Command Center here in College Park. Earlier this morning, we concluded our first operational briefing of the day, focused on preparedness and response, with particular attention to the storm's most dangerous phase. I am proud to report meaningful progress. Last year at this time, many residents, including me, were frustrated by the county's response to that winter storm. It took about 4 days to reach residential neighborhoods after the last snowfall. Because of relentless coordination, planning, and execution, I am proud to report that neighborhood clearing began last night. And my office has already received photos and positive feedback from residents impressed by the speed and effectiveness of our response. We also reviewed the impacts of the ice storm. As approximately 30 minutes ago, both PEPCO and BG&E briefed me that they were experiencing very limited power disruptions. Fewer than 5 homes countywide are impacted at this time, with restorations already underway. WSSC reported that overnight service was required for only 1 customer, which is remarkable given the aggressive nature of this storm. I want to sincerely thank all of our utility partners for their strong coordination and responsiveness. While conditions have significantly improved, we continue to monitor them closely and remain prepared to respond should conditions change. All county agencies remain fully mobilized and are operating under a unified command structure. During our briefing, teams reviewed weather conditions, roadway status, staffing levels, and resource deployment across county government to ensure we remain responsive as conditions continue to evolve. Our winter weather response remains active, and my office will continue leading operations from this unified command center through tomorrow. At this point, we expect to begin transitioning back to normal operations. Conditions have stabilized and routines are gradually returning to normal. Today, my leadership team and I will be traveling throughout the county to personally assess roadway conditions and determine whether additional resources or services are needed. Crews are actively clearing and treating residential roadways, and I am confident that within the next 2 to 3 days, we will have made significant impact across our communities. We will provide an update on trash collection during my afternoon announcement, and I expect to share more details later today. Public safety remains our top priority. On behalf of the 1 million residents who call Prince George's home, I want to thank our county agencies and partners for their extraordinary work in this unified response, especially the Department of Public Works and Transportation, Prince George's County Public Schools, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, the Maryland National Guard, and thanks again to our Governor Wes Moore, our public safety partners across police, fire, EMS, sheriff, Homeland Security, and the Office of Emergency Management, and our contracted partners. I want to thank my leadership team and my office for working throughout the storm. This has been a true 24-hour unified operation, and the professionalism and dedication on display across the county have made a real difference. I also want to express my appreciation to members of our county council, some of whom are with me today, and our local, state, and federal delegations who have joined us here at the Unified Command Center, both in person and virtually. We will provide a formal update to our elected partners at noon today to keep them informed and prepared to respond to constituent concerns. Thank you again to Council Chair Oriada and her colleagues for their continued collaboration. Our 311 call center remains fully activated. As of 7 a.m. this morning, we received nearly 500 calls and over 900 service requests through our 311 app. We remind residents that snowfall ended just around midnight last night. To help our crews more efficiently operate, we ask residents to submit requests after midnight tonight. If at all possible, wait until after midnight tonight because crews are already out in the communities on specific routes to remove snow. Most residential areas should see snow fighting assets today, and we are coordinating closely with contractors to ensure progress continues without delay. I also want to share an important update regarding how we are supporting our most vulnerable residents as we move into recovery. In response to Winter Storm Fern, I have launched Operation Silver Shovel, led by the Office of the County Executive, but in coordination with our county council partners. This initiative is focused on ensuring that our seniors and those with limited mobility are not trapped in their homes following the storm. Operation Silver Shovel is designed to provide snow and ice removal assistance so that residents can safely exit their homes and, if needed, so that emergency medical services can access them without delay. This service is available to Prince George's County residents who are 70 years of age or older, or residents with a documented disability. Again, 70 years or older, or residents with a documented disability, and who live in single-family homes or townhomes. Residents will be required to provide valid identification and, where applicable, disability documentation. Snow removal services under Operation Silver Shovel will begin Tuesday, January 27th, and continue through Friday, January 30th. Because this is an emergency operation, services will be limited and will be provided on a first-come, first-served basis, and all requests must be validated and approved before work can begin. As always, weather conditions may impact the timing of service delivery, so we just ask that our residents be patient. This is a new service that we are providing. We're excited to do so, but we will need your patience. This initiative reflects our commitment to leading with compassion and ensuring that no one, especially our seniors, are isolated or unsafe after a winter storm. For residents in need of a warm, safe place to go or to access meals, our hotel-based warming locations remain open 24 hours a day, and we will continue to have them available as long as assistance is needed. To date, we have completed 24 placements, and I want the community to know that the capacity remains available at our warming centers and our hotels for more residents who need it. So don't hesitate to call. Again, contact us at 1-888-731-0999. Again, 1-888-731-0999 if you need assistance with housing or with meals. Non-emergency issues can be reported to 311. Again, for snow-related non-emergencies, please wait until midnight tonight to make those requests. Again, we have crews out on our streets right now, riding around in their routes to remove snow from your neighborhood. So we really need some patience with that. But if you are a senior and you need assistance with snow removal, or if you are living with a disability that unfortunately limits your mobility, we want to hear from you. You can contact 311. You can provide the appropriate documentation so that we can put you on our list for our Silver Shovel program. So we're really excited to be able to provide that service. And again, you can access that service through our 311 system. We want to thank the Office of Community Relations for handling that program. I also want to thank my special assistant, Mike Ash, for putting that program together. For any emergency situation, you can, of course, call 911. We are fully operational in our 911 system, so we are really answering calls of our residents and ready to serve you. I will be back later today with another update. As I stated earlier, I will actually be out on the roads assessing the progress that the crews have been making. But I have to tell you, I'm very impressed with the work, the dedication, the professionalism, just the coordination, and just the responsiveness of all of those who are responsible for executing this plan. If you need additional information, you can visit mypgc.us/winter weather. Again, mypgc.us/winter weather. Thank you so much. And now I will turn the podium over to Director Johnson.
Thank you, County Executive, and good morning, everyone. So DPWT has been working assiduously on this storm, and I'm glad to report that we are almost complete with the plowing of our primary and secondary routes. And that's really good news for this reason, that in the manner in which we treat roads, we start with our primaries, we move to our secondaries, and then we begin in earnest working on the residentials. So as the assets are finished their work on the primaries and secondaries, you will begin to see more and more pieces of snow fighting equipment, heavy equipment being moved into your residential areas. Some of you have already seen that as it is happening, as it's been done that way in some parts of the county. So we are going to take advantage of the temperatures today. They are warm enough that our salt is going to be very effective. So crews will be pushing very hard to sort of get as many assets into the residential areas as possible. And, please look out for them. Things that you can do to help us. In addition to staying home, if your car is not parked properly, there's always an opportunity for you, if possible, to move it out of the way. If you block the plows, you will impede the manner in which they can plow your streets, and it will take longer to plow your streets. Keep in mind that our plows are running with 10-foot blades. They need that width to get by, to push the snow. So please help us out as much as you can. If you help us, we will be able to sort of service you, provide a higher level of service to you, and get your streets done as quickly as possible. So we are really excited and really glad that we are able to sort of be on top of this, and we look forward to keep on elevating the snow removal efforts in Prince George's County. Thanks so much.
Good morning. My name is Melvin Powell. I have the absolute pleasure of serving as the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Public Safety. Planning, preparation, strategizing, considering best practices, incorporating our partners from around the region. These are some of the things that we did to ensure that the residents of Prince George's County will receive the proper service during any inclement weather situations. This is not something that started as a result of this current storm that we're dealing with now. This is something that, at the leadership of our county executive, we actually put these measures in place back in October. There was a lot of roundtabling, a lot of meetings in our emergency operations centers with all of our county leadership and our county partners. And I'm happy to say that thus far, prior preparation, before the storm, planning and preparation during the storm, and now that we are at the opposite end of the storm now, we're hoping that the plans that we put in place will continue to be effective. As I thank the public safety agencies, I just want to give you a small snippet of some of the things that they've had to accomplish and overcome during this time frame. Our correctional officers, during the initial preparation, were geared toward staying overnight in the correctional facilities. That included the food service folks. Those were the medical personnel, the correctional officers. And I'll tell you, it says a lot about what we're doing here in Prince George's County when you have groups of people who are willing to sacrifice their own families to come out for the greater good. There were absolutely, at least it didn't come to me, there were absolutely no complaints. We locked in, we got it done. Our firefighters were responding to calls throughout the night, 24 hours a day. They were responding to calls. They were out dealing with the same treacherous roadways that you and I would have to deal with if we were out there. But it's a part of what we signed up for. Our police officers, as you know, we are in a Signal 26 partial, which means we respond only to emergency calls for service. But they're everywhere. We are at our warming centers. We're stationed there at our parks. We are at our shopping centers with major intersections with our lights flashing to let you know that we're there. And we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to be where we need to be, when we need to be there. One of the things I wanted to emphasize that was brought to my attention is that there are folks who are still driving that may not necessarily need to be on the roadways. I just had a conversation with both our assistant chief and our police chief. Some of the things they're dealing with is when the officers respond to calls for service, obviously the officer has to slow up to deal with people who may be stuck on roadways, and a good portion of those people did not need to be on the roadways. From our fire chief, we wanted to emphasize the fact that those folks who have space heaters, we have to be extra careful. We have to understand that those space heaters require special attention, and if you are utilizing a space heater, utilize it properly. I mean, the blankets should be removed. They shouldn't be near curtains and things like that. But that information is also on the website. But we want to make sure that you understand that we put plans and measures in place to make sure that you're safe, and we just ask for a little help on the other end. Again, I want to thank all of our public safety agencies, to include our Homeland Security folks who've been sleeping in our Emergency Operations Center for the last 3 days. No complaints. These folks are sleeping on cots. Then we have the National Guard along with us. There's a lot of planning and preparation going into this. So I want to thank everybody within our public safety clusters for all that you've done and all you'll continue to do. Thank you.
Thank you, and good afternoon. I'm Councilwoman Chris Storieva. I have the pleasure of representing District 7, but also serving as the chair of the Prince George's County Council. I just want to thank my colleagues, Councilmember Fisher, Blagay, Adam Stafford, Burrows, who have all been with me in the command center, and those council members that also joined virtually over the last 24 hours. I want to just reiterate the coordination is working. There was an outage in my district that was proposed to take 4 to 5 hours, that was fixed within less than an hour. And that's because of the coordination of this team and everyone being in the same room at the same time. And also want to just reiterate, we know that some people are excited to get out there and shovel the snow and start the work of cleaning up their property, but it can be dangerous outside. My husband called me to tell me it was slippery. I said, do not get out there and shovel the snow, right? Wait. And so you might need to be patient right now and wait until the conditions are better to shovel your snow. And this is also the opportunity to be good neighbors. The county executive, thank you for the program that you are creating, but there's also an opportunity, if you have equipment and you're a little bit younger and you have kids that are willing to, come out and help some of their seniors in their community, let's all be part of this Silver Shovel program and the ability to help our neighbors. And the council is committed to assisting so that you can expand your reach and serve as many residents as possible. So we are in that phase of almost getting there, right? We're at the residential roads, but we want to make sure that we work as a community, we still stay off of the streets and know that it's still dangerous. So make sure that everyone moves with caution. And thank you for everyone that's an essential worker that has had to be outside in the streets doing the work that has to be done. And let's continue to keep them lifted in our prayers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. And again, from the Unified Command Center, we will be out in the field today, assessing road conditions, answering calls and questions, and really thanking those who have done the heavy lifting, literally the heavy lifting of snow and ice. And we appreciate everyone who has been a part of this. In particular, we thank our public. You all have been telling the story of how things have been different this year. You have been sharing pictures. You have been giving us feedback. And you are a part of our unified command response as well. It's not just those who are working in government or those who are contracted with government, but it is those who government serves that in so many ways is the biggest and best part of our unified command. So thank you all, and I will see you later today. Thank you.